Hello, friends from the manga world. My name is G,
And I'm Hector.
and we're here to talk about the new releases for manga coming out in August 2024. Hector and I, we work for Penguin Random House, so the titles that you'll see today are those that we can sell around the world. And of course, aside from YouTube, we have the, other social media channels linked in the description below at PRH International Comics, where you can follow us with our updates and announcements on there. And so, the typically how we do these is Hector and I, if you're not aware of, if you haven't seen our videos yet, we do select titles that we're particularly interested in. We'll go into new volume ones that are coming out in August, and then we'll leave you with the rest of the list with continuing volumes that you don't want to miss out on. And so, yeah, we'll go ahead and get started here.
Yes, and just a quick note that if you see that we repeat titles from the previous month, it's because there's tend to be changes in the schedule, delays, and things like that. There's going to be a big example of that on this video, so just wanted to put that out there.
Mhm.
There we go.
And first up is actually my pick. This is Kuzunoki's Flanking Her High School Glow Up Volume 1. And so this one, we have a character named Shizuki who might have been considered like ugly in quotation marks in middle school, but he's not anymore. And so there's the trauma that he has of being rejected by his first crush and the phobia of pretty girls. And so that drove him, like, gave him a drive to sort of remake his self and his image, and he wanted to start high school fresh with new looks, get new friends, and like have this new so and so confidence. But there is still some like insecurities there, of course. And so he goes about his life, avoids any cuties, um, but it comes into a problem because he doesn't want people to know about his past. But then there's this student from his past from his middle school who like recognizes him, and she just happens to be the prettiest girl at his new school. But it turns out that she was also quote unquote ugly at that time. So they both have done a glow up. The difference here is that she hasn't really understood like social cues and like dealing with like social changes. So she like basically hires no money involved or anything like that, but she basically says, "Hey, can you help me like fully transform because I'm not really doing good socially." And the problem that he runs into with that, because she's so gorgeous, she's the center of attention, which is what he doesn't want to be. He doesn't want to be in the middle of everything. So it's like that struggle of trying to like help her out, but also like dealing with his own insecurities too. So really fun story. As the title implies, we have two ex ugly ducklings making a transforming into this glow up. So yeah.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
cool.
Mhm.
Yes. Next up, one of my picks is Killer Shark in Another World, Volume 1. Actually, I talked about this
I
one.
knew that you would
There's
pick
two.
this
Yeah, I mean,
when I was looking
you
through the
know,
list.
this is right through up my alley. Of
Yeah.
course, I would pick it. It combines two of the things that I love most. It's fancy, crazy fantasy stories and sharks. Who knew, right? That I was into sharks. Well, not extremely, but I'm a kid of the '80s, so I definitely grew up with like Jaws and that whole generation. So I I come from an island in the Caribbean, so obviously it's a topic of conversation where I grew up, and I remember. But then also the whole movement of Shark Week and all of that, I've been into it, and I gotta admit, I do watch TV shows about sharks every once in a while, and I love crazy movies and B movies like Sharknado and all of that. So this is right up there. So that's it. Enough about me. This is about this character that you see here. Let me see if I can get the name right because it's an awesome name. Is Shiromi Lovecut Tooth Throat. tooth tooth Roth, like tooth and Roth together. So it's Shiromi Lovecut Tooth Roth. Uh, and she's the worst summoner in the world. But after she summons a shark killer, a creature that is so mean and so big that it would put Jaws and any B movie from Hollywood to shame. Nobody's laughing now, and in fact, they're running for their lives. And with her bloodthirsty buddy jumping at every bit to kill everyone in sight, can Shinomi defeat the Demon King and end his reign of terror? Or maybe the realm will be better off if she didn't. So, this is so fun. It sounds so fun. This is like so silly and awesome. And I want to read this now, and I want to just like I want them to do an anime. I want to do them to do in live action. They wanted to do like a Netflix series in live action. I don't know. It's such a great premise. Yeah, that's all I can say. It's there's Killer Shark in another world.
All right, next up we have No
Yep.
Love Zone Volume 1. This is by Danbi. And this is a full-colored BL webtoon now coming out for the first time in print in English. So it's about a character, Ingam, who it's been about a year when he started working at his office job, and he's very outgoing and gets along with his coworkers very well. So very successful in that way, but not so successful when it comes to romantic relationships. He basically struggles with that. And incoming, the handsome Han Ji-hyuk, who is exactly is his type, but his personality is like not there for him. Total turn off because Ji-hyuk proceeds to work him to the bone at this office job. So like it gets Eungeum like very aggravated and like can't like deal with this guy. It keeps putting that image of that guy, it keeps showing up in his mind. But could this heated anger and aggravation turn into mutual attraction? Of course it is, right? It wouldn't be a BL
Yeah.
if it wasn't. Considering the blushing on this cover
Yeah.
that you see here. So lots of fun, of course, something that I am very much interested in reading myself. And yeah.
Very, very cool. Yes.
Mhm.
And we continue with The Lady and Her Butler, story and art by Jade. Um, this I gotta apologize because I think maybe you would have picked this one. But if you know more than I know about this one, feel free to jump in, G. But it really called to me. And I know I'm like weird because I go from Killer Sharks to something like this, but he knows that I am like all over the place when and stuff that I like. And I like this one. This is obviously it's based it was a hit webtoon and manhwa comic, and it's about a woman avoiding romance and a man she takes in. And it's going to be printed in full color. So you have Lim Suha, who's an independent woman. You see her here with her, with her pen in hand. And she has it all. She has a big career. She has a brand new home, but she also has a ever growing pile of household chores. And the last thing she needs is a man to mess things up. But one night, this guy out of nowhere walks in through the front door, homeless, desperate for a break, and Taesu, who you see here with the gloves and the patch on the head, and he begs her to let him stay, and in exchange, he will take care of everything in the household. And not only that, he tells her, "Well, and don't worry because I'm gay." The whole line of "Don't worry, I'm gay, so it'll be fine. Don't worry about it." So she accepts, and he works really hard, demonstrating how good he is about taking care of the house, having a warm meal for her to come in. But of course, is he gay? There starts to be doubts about that, or could he be interested in her? and there's obviously they are agreeing to live together because they they need something from each other, but there's tension, as you can see from this cover. So the fun is probably going to come from there. It's very reminiscent to me of those of you, again, from the 80s and 90s, of Who's the Boss, you know. Although it was a little bit of a different premise, but it's that kind of story of, um, opposites who come together because they want to help each other, but will they end up together or not? We'll see. So, anything you want to say on your side? Nope.
No, it reminds me of this K-drama, and it's like bothering me because I don't remember the name of it, but like Lee Min-ho is like the actor who plays it, and like I could get off. I think it's called My Personal Taste. I don't know. I don't remember, but it just reminds me. There's this K-drama that reminds me of it so much, and
Yeah.
I love that
Yeah.
K-drama, and this very much reminds me of it, and totally something I'll be down with reading.
Yes. Very cool. Okay. Oh, and next up.
Okay, and this is my pick. This is
Yeah.
Opposites Attract Volume 1 by Hono Natsuna. And this one is we have a character who is the woman on the cover there who's like in a very petite body, but she has like a bold personality. But then like her dog is the opposite of her, who's like a Rottweiler who has, like the breed has its own stereotypes that go along with it. But the Rottweiler itself is like a shy, scaredy cat. So it's like an opposite from a human to their furry friend. And then likewise, we have this guy who's like very shy, but he's tall and big. But then he has this like I think Pomeranian who's like fluffy and small and cute, but is like very like aggressive and like a different again, it's opposites in this way. And so we have these two people who like happen to run into each other from time to time, and it like happens so often that they encounter each other, and before long their feelings start to change the more that they interact with each other. So it's a story, it's like a very wholesome story in finding joy in the unexpected, because they're just going out about their days and just happen to encounter each other, and like the bonds that they form, not just between each other as humans, but with their furry companions. So very cute, and again, like feel good romance that I'm particularly interested in, and I think that you should pick up as well.
Yes. Looks very cool. And we continue with The Strange House manga, Volume 1, written by Uketsu and illustrated by Kyo Ayano. And I talked about this, I think, when it was announced originally. I'm really excited. This is a horror, sort of suspense mystery story. Um, and it was originally a novel. Now this is manga form, and also now obviously translated in English. But also, it just premiered. There was a live action movie that just premiered in March in Japan, and I was trying to put the trailer in here so I could show a little bit of it, but I couldn't get it to work. But if you look up the website for Far East Films, you will find they have the trailer on there. So the story of this is this character that you see here. I forget his name right now, but he's really into investigating the occult. And actually, I don't know if the novel in the manga is that way, but on the trailer they say that he's a YouTuber that investigates the occult and ghosts and things like that. And he's really into it. And he finds this house where there is a room on the blueprints that has no windows and has no door, and it's just there made to look to be just a wall, and there's a mystery behind that. So he partners with this architect to investigate what it is, and they go to the house, and there's strange things. Obviously there's strange things happen in the house, otherwise it would be just like, oh, there's a room and that's it. So it's one of those, horror, tense, suspense, supernatural stories uh, that all revolves around what is in this room, what is happening in this house, why is there strange things happening. So it's something also that I love, and it's something that is that I that we've seen a lot of. There's a whole genre for this in manga, and I love every bit of it. So um, there's not much to say because there's not much information out there that other than spoilers, and I don't want to go into it too much because I don't want to spoil it for myself. But I am highly interested in this, and I think it's something that could do really well. And also, who knows? I don't know when the movie is gonna go be leaving Japan to other countries, but be on the lookout for that because that is also something that's gonna help this out. Okay, and that is it for the picks, right? We're going into the number
Yes.
ones. Yes.
And I'm starting off here. And
Yes.
do you like big girls? Question mark omnibus. This is a volume one and two.
Oh, I thought you were asking
So
me.
this is a mature, if you didn't know, this is a mature rated manga about one guy's chance to try to score with the entire, not just one lady, but the entire ladies volleyball team, now collected in an omnibus format. And then next up, coming out of Inklore, Father, I Don't Want This Marriage, Volume 1. So this is about a duke's daughter, despised and outcasted by all, and a crown prince feared by even the emperor himself. And this manga is just basically an adaptation of Hong Hee-soo's web novel, which is, again, this is going to be available in print for the first time. So really looking forward to this. And then next up, we have Hate Me, But Let Me Stay, Volume 1. Another mature rated title. This is a boys' love romance in the Omegaverse. If you're not familiar, look it up on Wikipedia.
Yeah. But be careful when
You'll
you look it
be
up.
careful, be careful.
Yeah.
But love blossoms between these two here. I love how cute this cover is too.
Yeah.
Megaverse is being like a huge it's been huge, but definitely these
Yeah.
days, especially now. So yeah.
Yeah. There's more and more coming out. So, yes.
Mhm.
We continue with more number ones. This is I'm the Heroic Knight of an Intergalactic Empire light novel, volume one, exciting spin-off to the hit series I'm the Evil Lord of an Intergalactic Empire, which I love, by the author of Trap in a Dating Sim. Then we continue with Someone's Girlfriend, volume one. This is a sexy romance manga it follows one young man's forbidding entanglement with his best friend's girlfriend. And then Tokyo Revengers, a letter from Keisuke Baiji, Volume 1. So the untold story of the two Toman's toughest officers is revealed in an all-new Tokyo Revengers tale. And don't miss the full series available in two-volume omnibus releases in print now.
All right, continuing on with volume one, we have Too Many Losing Heroines, the light novel, as well as the manga coming out. And so it's a award-winning like story, romantic comedy about a boy helping girls find love. And there is an anime adaptation for this one. So definitely check that out if you haven't so already.
Oh,
And
it's
then
coming
moving
up.
forward,
It's coming up. It's not
coming
out
up,
yet.
I should say.
Yes. Yeah. This year.
Uh, and and then we have You've Got Mail, The Perils of Pigeon Post. This is the novel, volume one. This is a mature rated Danmei boys love series, originally released in Chinese, but now again coming out in English for the first time. So it's like a very raunchy romantic comedy about an ancient singles club. Very interesting.
Yeah. Definitely right up your alley.
Yes.
Um, this one we're gonna mention real quick. This was we talked about it last month. It was pushed back a month. This is the Fire Force manga box set, volumes 1 through 6. So now it's coming out in August. We still don't have a picture of what the box is going to look like. So we just put here the cover of volume 1. So not much more to say there. And then I cheated a little bit on this video. I added another pick basically here at the end. It's Mushoku Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation, A Journey of Two Lifetimes, special book. I'm a huge fan of isekai, as G knows, and this is one of the best isekais ever. Some people call it the best. And this is a special collection of new stories, art, and more after the finale of the best-selling Mushoku Tensei light novels. And it includes the history of Mushoku Tensei, the life chronology of Rudius Greyheart, you see there on the left, a message of congratulations, a special manga from various artists, 4 brand new short stories, special feature story written by Rifujuna Magonote, the creator of Mushoku Tensei, an exclusive long-form interview. So experience the spoils of an epic journey. So awesome. Looking forward to that. And that's it for
Yep.
number
Yeah,
ones.
volume ones. And then moving forward, we're gonna exit off the screen here, but stick around because we'll go over the continued volumes that you don't want to miss out on for the month of August. And so for now, we'll leave you here. And again, our social media links are linked below. Definitely comment down below on what you are interested in picking up in August. So, bye everyone.
Bye. Thank you.